You know, I feel fortunate to have been covering the Bulls at that time and being so close to watch this transformation of this young man just becoming the greatest basketball player that's ever played. Nothing could ever stop him from winning. It was all about winning. The flu game. It could have been the pizza game because he thought it was food poisoning and he looks horrible. He could barely talk, you know, and I didn't want to keep asking about how you feel, this and that and the other. I could just see it in his eyes. I think he realized the situation. You have an opportunity to win a championship, and it can go away. We're not going to wait till you get better and then play the next week. The thing that always brought the greatness out in him was a challenge, and he was just zoned in, and there was nothing that was going to stop him from playing his best.
A sold-out Delta Center, framed by the beautiful mountains here in Salt Lake City, Utah. We now go over to Dan Roberts, the PA announcer for tonight's game.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the Delta Center for game number 5 of the NBA Finals with the Chicago Bulls and our Utah Jazz. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls. Wearing number 13, the starting center at 7'2" from New Mexico, Luke Longley. On the guard line, number 9, at 6'6" from Miami of Ohio, Ron Harper. Wearing number 33, starting forward at 6'7" from Central Arkansas, Scottie Pippen. Wearing number 91, starting forward at 6'7" from Southeastern Oklahoma State, Dennis Rodman. And at guard number 23, at 6'6", from North Carolina, Michael Jordan. The Bulls are coached by Phil Jackson. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the Utah Jazz. Starting forward, number 3 at 6'7", from Long Beach State, Brian Russell. At guard, number 14 at 6'4", from Iowa State, Jeff Hornacek. The starting center wearing Delmore, 7'2" from Kansas, Greg Ostertag. On the guard line, number 12 at 6'1" from Gonzaga, John Stockton. Starting it forward, number 32 and 6'9" from Louisiana Tech, the mailman, Carmelo. The Utah Jazz head coach, Jerry Sloan.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 5 of the NBA Finals with Coach Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. A lot to talk about as we get set to go. First and foremost, Mike, Michael Jordan apparently suffering from serious flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, there was a real question whether or not he'd even take the court here. But in a crucial Game 5, there's no way Jordan's sitting out. It's just a matter of how much it'll affect him.
And the Bulls had only Park in the previous 3 rounds before dropping the last 2 here in Salt Lake City. So the Jazz have them on the ropes, it would seem.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. You think about it, Chicago's won 4 titles since '91, and they've never had to go the distance in the series. I mean, if they can't find a way to stop Utah's momentum here, the Bulls will, for the first time, need 7 games if they're going to get another ring.
So taking the floor for the Bulls, it'll be Ron Harper and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman man the forward spots. And at center, Luke Longley. For the Jazz, John Stockton will be at the point with Jeff Hornacek at the 2. In the front court, we have Brian Russell, Karl Malone in the center, Greg Ostertag.
And guys, I think it's already safe to say Jordan does not have his usual energy tonight.
And it's Chicago to start out. And here is Harper. And it's Pippen in the corner. Launches a three. And that's collected by Hornacek. Clark, with Michael Jordan clearly not feeling well, you have to wonder how many minutes he'll be able to play in this one.
And Kevin, you know, with Michael Jordan, he never wants to come out of the game ultra competitive. And yet Phil Jackson may be in a position where he has to make a tough decision. I mean, that's part of what a coach has to do. Sometimes you have to rescue a player from himself.
But Jordan never wants to come out, does he?
No, he wants to go the full 48 minutes.
And, of course, Coach, all eyes on Michael Jordan.
Shouldn't take long to find out. Once he gets a few minutes under his belt, we'll see if he has the energy to keep going.
Yes, sir.
Jordan's got a lot of flash to his game. A terrific guard, loves getting tricky with his ball handling and creating shots for himself.
And a great job to get that angle and a tremendous drive.
Aggressive take there to get inside. Looking to make things happen to try and take control of this game.
Stockton the pass to Malone. Good on the shot.
Well, that's an easy, effortless make right at the rim.
Yeah, you know this. You usually get only looks like this in the layup line. The defense has to make it harder on him right there.
And coach, for Scottie Pippen, the effects of his foot injury, you can see, are still lingering.
Yeah, he hasn't been as explosive as we're used to. He's been in more of a post-up role for them in the past few games.
And here's Hornacek following the three-pointer by Michael Jordan. Hornacek dishes to Malone. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And you can see how confident Malone is inside. I mean, he feels like he can score on anybody from there.
Pippen, the pass to Jordan. Off target from outside. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Jazz. Here's Hornacek. That's good. And a nice assist from Stockton.
Even amongst the trees inside, Hornacek still able to find his shot.
And Clark, after a few quiet games to start the series, John Stockton's been sensational since the series has come back to Salt Lake.
I think you got to attribute some of that to playing at home, good home cooking. You know, we always talk about John Stockton's assist, but in these finals, his defense has been as good as his passing.
It has. Malone's shot, good.
The Bulls' defense has been no problem for Malone. He wasted no time getting off to a hot start.
Jordan looking around. Rodman sets the screen for Jordan. Over Russell. Another make by Jordan. The flu not seeming like it's much of a factor.
Yeah, Jordan's so crafty in the pick and roll. He's unpredictable and hard to stop in these situations.
Stockton kicks to Malone. Fader on the way, and there's another one for the Jazz.
And one thing the Bulls need to do tonight is a better job at the free throw line. They only got to the line 12 times in Game 4, and they missed 7 of those 12 shots.
And you know, Coach, that was a huge difference in the ball game. A close game like that, missing that many free throws, that's a problem. The Jazz did play aggressive D, but they didn't really pay for that aggressive defense. I expect we'll see more of the same tonight.
And the Bulls have to overcome Jordan's illness. For more on that, let's now go to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. With Mike. Jordan struggling. The Bulls training staff is doing all it can to keep him hydrated. They've given him plenty of fluids and are considering an IV. It means the Bulls will need guys like Pippen, especially on defense, because they're facing a red-hot Jazz team. John Stockton has been dominant since this series came to Utah. Guys?
He has been. David, thank you. When they're ready with an IV, you know Jordan's condition, Mike, has got to be serious.
For sure. You have to wonder how long MJ will last tonight. I'm not sure how many minutes he'll have in him.
But they're going to need him.
And I would think the end of Game 4 still has to be kind of floating around in the heads of the Bulls players. They were up 4 with a minute and a half left. Up 4, 90 seconds to go, and could not close the deal.
Yeah, Utah scored the last 9 points in the game. You know Michael Jordan and company doesn't want to let that happen again.
I can't see it happening again either, Coach.
Chicago with the ball after the basket by Utah. Outside, Jordan. Here's Harper. They get it back. Outside for Jordan. Launches it. Rodman with a screen on Russell. Jordan, the kick out to Harper. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Excellent anticipation there on the defensive end. Almost got the steal.
Yeah, can't be loose with the ball around him.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first. Jordan passes to Longley. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
Smart positioning that time by Longley as the roll man, being as disruptive as possible to open up space for himself there.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the Bulls. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Back right after this. And we're back for the start of the second quarter. It's Game 5 of the NBA Final. Bulls star Michael Jordan still in distress with flu-like symptoms. Here's Stockton, still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And I'll say, I don't think you could get a louder crowd than we have in Utah here tonight.
Ostertag is out there at Malone. Then there's John Stockton. Then there's Anderson. And it's Russell in at the small forward position. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second.
Overcoming the flu to put in work in this one. Michael Jordan, not only is he relentless, he is resilient as well. But can he maintain it?
Now here's Stockton. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. You're right about these fans. The Jazz crowd is sensing what an opportunity this could be.
Kevin, they sure are. It's an intense place to play. There's no denying that. And with a chance to take a 3-2 lead in the series, these fans have a turned-up full throat.
Yeah, top volume. They are wild.
Yep.
Pippen, no luck. Hey, Clark, the Bulls doing a good job on Stockton so far.
Well, they know in order to muck up the Utah offense, you've got to start with the head of the snake, John Stockton. Get him out of rhythm. They learned that the hard way in games 3 and 4. They're determined not to let him beat them again.
Yep, they're stifling them. Stockton against Harper. Malone, a screen on Harper. Here's Stockton. Longley grabs the miss. Longley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Pippen. Malone against Jordan. Back to Pippen. And the pass to Harper. Jordan outside. Just 4 to shoot. And the dunk by Jordan. You know, Mike, it's amazing to see the performance Jordan is putting on here. Clearly not at full strength, but still getting it done.
That's the kind of competitor he is. Remember, this is the NBA Finals. If MJ had to play on a broken leg, he'd probably still be out there.
You're probably right.
Boy, seeing Stockton work the pick and roll, that's the thing of beauty. So good at working passes around defenders in these sets.
Now here's Harper. And stolen by Russell. Pass to Anderson. Back to Russell. Got a piece of it.
Not always easy to get a shot around the guy of Longley's stature. He uses his length to get all over it for a block.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Bulls shooting their first free throws of the night right here. First free throw is good. Foster's checked in for the Jazz. Hornacek comes in for Anderson. And both free throws good for Pippen.
And it's hard to imagine a player performing as well as Jordan under such tough circumstances.
Malone, a screen on Harper. And Stockton, here we go. Here's Malone. The second effort. He can't get it to go. Jordan with some nice D. To the middle. And finished off by Longley.
Yeah, and Jordan sees the floor so nicely. I mean, one of his guys has a clean look. he gets the ball to him in whip-like fashion.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. Jazz trail by 13. Well, if we've learned one thing, Clark, over the years, it's that Michael Jordan can rise to any occasion.
That's exactly right, and it's impossible for me to explain the kind of energy it takes to do what Michael Jordan's doing. And to do it when you're sick, like he is, it seems virtually impossible. But I do know this, Kevin, there are many times when players have not felt their best and yet played their best. I think psychologically and subconsciously, you rise to another level of concentration, which helps you.
I know you and I are glued to this one.
Yeah.
Here's 5 on the clock. Malone has screen on Harper. And it's Foster missing.
No way can you overstate how important this game is. I mean, the Bulls have only trailed in the finals once throughout the Jordan era.
Russell passes to Stockton. Back to Russell. Nice ball movement by Utah. Hornacek against Jordan. They get it again. Here's Malone. Shoots over Longley. And it's Malone missing.
And he knows he's got to convert in these situations. No excuse given the limited defense on him.
Spins. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from John Stockton.
Stockton will drive it, but he also can pull up, too. Very versatile when he's got the ball in his hands.
Now, here's Jordan. 20 points for him. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Jordan's got 22 points.
And, you know, they aren't showing any signs of easing up. Their offense looks superb right now.
They can't get careless with the league. And so far, this hasn't been the case.
Here's Stockton. Malone. Got a hand on it. And he gets it back. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Malone's got 16 points.
Boy, Malone has a deadly jump shot, especially from the mid-range. Doesn't get any better watching him knock that down.
Back to Jordan. Offside Pippen. Shoots over Malone. It's rebounded by Stockton. From deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we finished one half of basketball. Bulls lead by 11. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge. We're ready for the second half here in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Start it.
And so Stockton will bring it up for the Jazz. 11-point game. On defense, the Bulls' biggest goal tonight, Clark, was keeping Stockton in check. And so far, they've been able to do just that.
Well, it's clear Stockton is the hub of the wheel, Kevin. We all know that. And the Bulls doing a really good job to limit his penetration, clogging up the passing lanes, and really make everything uncomfortable for Stockton.
They are. So for Chicago right now, we've got Longley. Pippen is out there with Dennis Rodman. Then there's Harper. And it's Jordan in at the two-guard spot. Scooped up.
Yeah, and size matters when it comes to rebounding inside. Put this.
Here's Stockton. Stockton draws the double. Ostertag, no good.
Not a bad look, just didn't fall.
Mike, we're seeing a good battle between Jordan and Malone tonight.
Well, we knew it was going to boil down to these two. They've led their teams in scoring throughout the regular season and this series. This is a duel between two of the most explosive scorers of the generation.
What a treat.
How about this Utah crowd? They get extremely loud. Remember back in Game 4, Phil Jackson had to wear earplugs.
Malone wide open. That's good. And a nice assist from Stockton. Stockton's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Here's Jordan. From the top of the key, he buries it. Jordan's got 5 points now this quarter. And Mike, talking about the atmosphere in here right now, it couldn't get any louder.
Well, it's the last game of the year in Salt Lake, and maybe the biggest game in Jazz history. These fans are going to do their part for sure.
Yeah, they're going crazy. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Karl Malone. And I think the question marks about Michael Jordan's health, Coach, have been answered by now.
From everything we... This is a guy who might need an IV. And still, he's out there tearing the Jazz up.
Unbelievable. Now Stockton. Scottie Pippen missing from long range. Hornacek kicks to Stockton. Back to Hornacek. Malone outside. Over to the left wing. Jazz passing it around. Here's Stockton. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Rodman's got his 4th rebound in this one. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. A different look for Utah. Morris is checked in for Russell. Anderson comes in for Hornacek. And Isley subbed in for Stockton. A drive by Jordan. And stolen by Malone. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul. And the Jazz with some changes. Foster comes in for Ostertag. And it's Carr in for Karl Malone.
Greg Foster and Carr.
Here's Isley. Pass to Foster. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Nice show of strength by Foster. Managing to get the shot off despite taking the contact.
The Jazz shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And Foster drops them both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Jordan inside, working on Anderson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Rodman is a selective guy when it comes to trying to score. He's not really hung up on his points, but he did a nice job there forcing the defender to foul.
He doesn't get the second one. Jazz trail by 8. Nice move. Nice move. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
We've seen how important Karl Malone is to this Jazz team. His performance in Game 3 got them back into this series.
Passes it to Pippen. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Pippen wasting no time firing off that pass there.
Now here's Anderson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Foster is screen on Harper. Here's Isley. Count it. Good. And for Chicago to avoid falling behind 3-2, Clark containing Malone in the second half will be a priority.
Well, thus far, they've not been able to contain him. He scored at least 20 in every game in the final.
He's been devastating. And it goes down 2 points. And it's 29 points for Michael.
He is certainly a dominant player. Michael Jordan, when he's in the zone, unstoppable.
Here's Isley. He's guarded by Harper. Morris with the bucket.
A nice sense of when to move the ball and get the assist.
The Bulls leading by 5. Now the pass to Pippen. Tries a 3. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Pippen. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Out to Morris, the 3. And Utah, another 3.
Boy, since the break, they've really increased the energy level.
I love how this team is playing, making the effort plays.
From the baseline. And it's Chicago scoring again.
I think Jordan could do this all day long. I mean, the mid-range area is a very comfortable area for him.
1 second left. The shot, no good. Michael Jordan getting it done for the Bulls. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back for the fourth quarter of this pivotal Game 5. With Clark Kellogg, Mike Fratello, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Michael Jordan still tough. Chicago leading by 4.
And here we are in the quarter that could define this series. At 2-2, Game 5 is almost always the deciding factor.
So is Stockton on the bench. Here's who's on the floor for Jerry Sloan. Hornacek's out there with Isaac. Then there's Ostertag, and there's Malone, and it's Russell in at the 3. And the Jazz with possession here. Following the three-point attempt by Michael Jordan, just 5 to shoot. Malone in the post, defended by Rodman. Good work defensively by Rodman. And for Utah, Clark, it seems like this is almost a must-win situation.
I agree. It's hard to imagine them, Kevin, winning back-to-back games in Chicago. I think the Jazz must get it done tonight.
I agree. Stockton's checked in for Utah. You know, Clark, it's been a quiet night so far for Stockton, but remember, he came to life in the last few minutes of Game 4.
Hey, look, this is an all-star player, an all-NBA player. Never count Stockton out. Even on his off nights, he's going to find a way to make winning plays when they need him to. The Bulls can't relax on him down the stretch. They've got to make sure they mind John Stockton.
Absolutely. And Pippen gets it to go.
I think this is one of the sweet spots for Pippen's jumper. He thrives in the mid-range game.
And let's head over to David for more on Michael Jordan.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, the Bulls head athletic trainer told me that Jordan is still totally fatigued, but he thinks he'll finish the game. But something noticeable is how one of the most emotional players of all time is so stoic tonight. No fist pumps after big shots or high fives after great defensive plays. He's just putting his head down and trying to get back on D. Guys, we'll keep an eye on it.
I hope so, David. Thanks. Clark, do you think Michael will make it to the finish line with as much as he puts out there every minute of every game?
There's no thinking to it. I know he will, Kevin, because it's Michael Jordan. Come on, man. What I love to see is all the support he's getting from his teammates and trainers, and you know he's going to do his part. Everybody's got his back, and he's carrying his load as he should and could.
And always does, right? My goodness.
Yep.
And a great bounce-back game for Jordan after a shaky performance in Game 4.
Malone passes to Stockton. Back to Malone.
Pippen known as a lockdown defender, and with good reason. He has great length and quickness and outstanding defensive instincts, which annoy shooters.
And it's stunning, Clark, to think that Jordan could have this kind of game in his condition.
You know, he's shown us in the past how he can rise to any occasion. But he missed 16 shots in Game 4. To see him tough it out and actually raise his game, remarkable.
It is remarkable in every way. Here is Stockton following the basket by Michael Jordan. And the jam by Karl Malone.
No doubt about it. That's a big shot. Huge from Karl Malone. He's definitely a go-to guy in this league.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Harper against Stockton. Back to Jordan. Rodman with a screen on Russell. And here's Jordan outside. It's good from long range. Jordan's got 14 points now in the second half.
And he thrives in these moments. When the stakes are high, his team knows to get him the ball.
Fires from the wing. And he gets that one to go off the fly.
Yeah, you know, some might say Stockton is the high water mark for dime droppers. His distribution really on a whole nother level. Great assist guy.
And with that, Jordan matches his 38 points in Game 2. What a performance.
This guy, Michael Jordan, He's pretty good in the clutch, fellas.
Harper against Stockton. Inside. Here's Malone. Rodman grabs the rebound. Rodman's got 6 rebounds in the game. Chicago calls timeout. They're ahead by 3. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter of this one.